Okay, this is the last lecture um, in this semester. Uh, Actually, we have one more week. Well, first of all, this is second last week. I'm supposed to be with you in the classroom, but as I emailed to you all, I'm now recording this. It's a Friday afternoon because I have to fly tomorrow to see my mother. Um, she's very, very in extremely very serious condition, very critical condition. Uh, she has an oxygen mask. Uh, her respiratory uh, is not functioning well right now. And she fell down to the concrete floor. She's very old. She's almost 90 years old. So she was hospitalized now in intensive care. And doctor called me a couple of days ago, and then last night, uh, uh, my mother's blood pressure systolic level is below 75, and diastolic is about 20. Um, so health condition is almost uh, really the extreme critical end. So so I have to fly tomorrow. Um, but as we planned, this wireless attack is one of the future um, attack technique or um, uh, penetration testing technique. So at least I want you to know what it is and what you can do, how you can start. Although we do not cover all aspects of aircraft NG, right? As we did in the last class um, uh, with metasploits. So metasploit is one of the strong and big uh, attack software packages. Similarly, wireless attack package is aircraft NG. So this aircraft NG um, is not available from your small version of Kali Linux. Therefore, as we uh, discussed and as I gave you a demo in the last class, um, we need to upgrade the typical small Kali Linux to the full version. So if I remind you one more time, um, you need to have the Kali Linux for microcontroller. I mean, in our case, Raspberry Pi on Raspberry Pi Model 3, which is uh, exactly the same technique that we have done last few weeks. Having that, uh, by the way, that image should be on 16 gigabyte SD card rather than 32 gigabyte SD card. Okay, that is one thing different from um, um, the way that we used to do. So once you have Kali Linux on 16 gigabyte SD card running on uh, a Raspberry Pi, then uh, then you need to start the Kali, the small version of a Kali, um, uh, on Raspberry Pi. So right there, you need to update apt-get update so that it will update the documents, update documents that contains URL, I mean site information. So site information should be updated and saved on your system. You don't need to do that all like update and save, but so one command can do all that we need, right? apt-get update. And after that, you need to install gparted, G for uh, graphical, okay? So um, install that and launch it, then you will have a very good, I mean, beautiful graphical user interface. Um, but as I explained in the last class, you may be able to see um, even if it is a 16 gigabytes, the the small version of Kali Linux uses only, I mean, allocated the space only 5 to 6 gigabytes, which means 10 gigabytes useless, right? Never used. If you use a 32 gigabyte SD card, uh, then I think close to 30 gigabytes are unused. So what gparted program can do is to expand the storage space. So you can expand it all the way to the maximum, which means whole 16 gigabytes uh, storage space will be allocated. Therefore, you will have enough space to have a full version of Kali Linux. Okay, so that's what we have done last week. Once you install the full version of Kali Linux, then you will have uh, you will enjoy it. Okay, you will love it as I did. Um, so one of the applications that you could have from your full version of Kali Linux is aircrack engine. Because this is a wireless attack, you need to have some preliminaries. You need to understand um, the data structures of the wireless frames. Okay, you can say packet as it is on internet. Okay, so so frame. Um, this is a frame, typical frame, right? This entire frame can be sometimes management frame, sometimes it'll be a control frame, sometimes it'll be a data frame. Okay, same size of data, not exactly the same size because here uh, some of this is 0 to 2 kilobytes, uh, depending upon this type, different size, and also depending upon the application, might have different, right? Um, so these three types of wireless LAN frame has all the information like address 1, address 2, address 3, sequence control, address 4, and all the way. But the first 2 bytes indicates that um, protocol version and the first 2 bit, and the next bit is type. So this is two bits, right? So by using 2 bits, how many possible cases can you represent if you have 2 bytes? Like 2 bytes. So each one can be a bit, right? So this can be 0, 0, 0, 1, 1, 0, and 1, 1. Only 4 cases, right? 4 cases can be represented in this 2-bit um, data structure. But that is enough because we we need to identify only 3 types of frame. So if that is a 0, 0, then we can say, oh, that is management frame. If that is a 0, 1, then oh, there is a control frame. And if that is a 1, 0 or 1, 1, then that is data frame. Okay, so this can tell you, and there is a subtype further. Um, for example, so we'll take a look at that. See here, type value. If there is management uh, frame, then type value here, this part should be all zeros, 0, 0. There's 2 bits, right? All 0, zeros. And the next 4 bits uh, indicates subtype. So come back here. What do you mean by subtype? Subtype in 4 bits tells us this subtype description. If it is, if only the last bit to set to 1, therefore 0, 0, 0, 1, that is associate response. Only the second bit is set to 1, therefore 0, 1, 0, 0, then that is a probe request, or beacon, or disassociation, authentication, deauthentication, and so on and so forth. Okay, so 0, 0, 0, 0, 0, 0, for example, here 2 bits 0, 0, and next 4 bits 0, 0, 0, 0. What that means here is that, oh, that is a management frame. By the way, there is an associate request. Okay, associate request, association request, so that two participants, 2 devices can identify what a component device wants. Okay, and if it is a control frame, how do you know if it is a control frame? The type value is set to 0, 1, then that is a control frame, which means here 0, 1, and then next 4 bits will be 0000, then we may know what it is. If it's 01 and 0000, then there's a reserved, and if that is 01 and 1011, then there is ready to send and clear to send, acknowledgement, and so on and so forth, right? So, so by looking at this, each bits and their combination, we can say, or that is a control frame, and therefore, according to next 4 bits, that is ITS. Okay. This 1011, if we have a 00 and 1011, then that means different. 1011. 1011 here, that means association, right? If this is a 00, 1011, then there is association. And if this is 01, 1011, the same subtype but a different type value, then that means, as we can say, there is RTS. Okay. So first frame is for management frame, second frame is for control, and third frame is data. Data, if there is a 10, as we looked at here, if there is 10 here, okay, then depending upon the subtype, we have different things, right? So this is the basic understanding of wireless data structure. Okay, we can identify more and more. This is an example to identify some of the characteristics of wireless signal by using type and subtype, but we may use some others. Here, WEP and some others, WPA, things like that. So, what we need to do is that we need to launch the aircraft NG, which is available in the application drop-down menu, and then there is a wireless tag, and then we click on aircraft NG. Okay. All right. Here's one thing that you need to make sure. Raspberry Pi Model 3 has Wi-Fi communication, Bluetooth communication, right? But Wi-Fi, but there is no independent Wi-Fi device. I think it is printed somehow in the circuit. So aircraft NG does not function fully if there is no Wi-Fi adapter is recognized. So if you purchase USB Wi-Fi adapter so that plugged in into your Raspberry Pi, then this can understand. Okay, so so the first step that you need to do is that to confirm the network, then by using this IW config, then you may be able to see wireless configuration, and then there's Ethernet configuration, and then airmon NG. Then um, with no USB Wi-Fi adapter, then uh, the interface driver has only question mark, which means it is not recognized. If it is not recognized, then we cannot start wireless LAN at all, which means we can do any other like monitoring or attack or whatever available from Aircrack NG. So the resolution is that you need to have USB Wi-Fi adapter. The one that I am using is this. Okay, so you don't need to buy the same thing, but this works for me. Once you have that, then issue this command. This is a Unix command, Linux command. So if adapter is detected, then find out WLAN and then number. Okay. In Raspberry Pi 3, there is a default wireless LAN, which is WLAN 0. But WLAN 0 is not recognized by Aircrack NG. But if you have external USB Wi-Fi adapter, then it can understand. And then in addition to wireless LAN 0, the next adapter will be called the WLAN 1. Then you need to start up like this, okay? And then start Airmon NG and this with WLAN 1. After you have that, if you do IF config, then you will have WLAN 1 and mon. This is appended mon for monitor. Okay, so wireless LAN 1, which is not 0, right? It could be 2 or 3 if we have more than 2 or 3, right? But anyway, this you don't have to. You can look at from IF config. Then you have, if you have this, then you can say WLAN 1 month and see what happens. And after that, we need to see how the frame that can be understood by from your Wireshark. Okay. So if you want to see if it is a management frame, then WLAN dot fc dot type equal 0 or 1 or 2, right? This is a decimal. But if it is a binary, then there's a 0, 0, 0, 1, and 1, 0. But in this case, you don't need to spell it in binary or hex. Sometimes you need to do. If you say hex, then you have to say x0 or x1, x2. But in this case, this is a decimal number. Okay, this decimal number is the same as 0, 0, 0, 1, and 1, 0. And if you want to see also, for example, oh, I want to check authentication of a beacon frame, then it should be in management, and for authentication, it is 8. 8 means, see here, authentication, 8 means so 4, 5, 6, 7, So, oh, eight is here, right? Beacon, no, this is a beacon authentication, right? Get the beacon, which is 1000. That's 8. Okay, this will be, this is the last. Um, you can do more from aircraft NG, but um, this lecture is is too open for you to jump into the aircraft NG, right? Once you uh, know how to start NG, how to play with NG, then you can do more. So some of you um, may try with the aircraft NG for your semester project. Hopefully, some of you would do, and this lecture may help you some. Okay, this is just a beginning stage, but you can do more and more. All right. I wish I could uh, teach you more and more for this, but in this summer class, we just simply, I don't know, whole purpose of this is that how you could use um, Kali Linux on Raspberry Pi, okay? Which means then that is a portable, right? That is the advantages that you can gain from this class. All right, so now I'll give you a demo. Okay, I think this may be okay for you to look. All right, so in the application, if you click the application, then there are um, many uh, the tools are available, right? The packages. Uh, the Air Attack NG is available in this wireless attack uh, here, aircraft NG, right? So click that, right? And then type if config. By the way, I already set, so we have Ethernet and loop hole and WLAN 0 and WLAN 1 and IW config, then WLAN 1 and 0 that you can see, right? This and that. Okay. So if you want to use the WLAN 1, I mean using that adapter to attack or defense, then you need to do you need to start up, right? if config WLAN 1 and up. Enter. It is.
and then see here WLAN1. You see the difference. This see RTS is it now that thread is off, but now it is somehow ready, right? Because we did we start up that, and now L1 and G. Then as you can see, WLAN 0, the driver is not recognized, but WLAN 1, that is recognized. So we can use this WLAN 1. It's a Realtek semiconductor core RTL 8187. Okay. So we need to start WLAN 1. L1 and G. And then start WLAN 1. Okay. After that, if you see IF config, then you will be able to see there is a WLAN 1 mon, right? There's a monitor is now available. Previously we have WLAN 1, but we now launch Airmon-NG, therefore that adapter is now called WLAN 1 mon. So that is this monitoring capability is running. So we need to see how it is running using Wireshark. No, I'm sorry, not this. Wireshark is here. Difference proof. So click this Wireshark from the application. Now we have WLAN 0 and WLAN 1 mon. So I want to click this. I want to watch this and get the signals from that adapter. So this comes from there. Now we want to see we need to see the three types of frames. First, let's take a look at management frame. So how can we filter? Therefore, we can see the packets for packets of management frame. That is WLAN dot fc dot type equal 0 and run. Then everything here is everything about probe request, beacon frame, um, and probe response, everything about the management. They're all management frame. But if you change this to 1, therefore control frame, then there is acknowledgement clear to send, so ACK and clear to send. Not further than that, but you could have eventually more. They are all about control frame. To maximize it, if we do web browser, we may see more. So I'm going to push this aside. That's what happens. Not that much, but let's see what happens. Let's try not just another clear to send. Let's say mercyblackboard.com. See what happens. More control. Doesn't come up yet, right? Mercy. Okay. If I put my login, so not much communication yet. Let's say about this class 595. Come on, I want to see more. Not just acknowledgement, but something else. Not much. Let's change it to data frame. If it's data frame, then source destination protocol length and info something different, right? They're all from that monitor. So you are monitoring uh, now the wireless communication. Uh, as we as it appears on the last slide that I prepared, uh, is a beacon. Okay, then should be 0. Therefore, that is a management. And WLAN FC subtype equal 8, right? And click. They're all beacon frames. So you can see the all beacon frames, right? This is a sniffing of the things that you can get from your aircraft NG, particularly airborne NG. All right. So you can, of course, can do more. Um, for example, attack WPA. That's I want some of you can do that. Or as I showed here, you can do even a little more, like sniffing wireless packets, viewing, I mean, sniffing data packets for your network, and then packet uh, injection and things like that. Then that is a little bit of a one step further or similar uh, the things that I just shown to you. Uh, but you can do something else uh, using aircraft NG, for example, uh, cracking some passphrases, which is not really uh, feasible real time because you need to have a word list, and if you are lucky, then you could get you could capture uh, some of the um, user password. But all things start from this aircraft engine. All right. I hope you can do something from here, and I'm going to talk to you. If I come back, my plan is that I'm going to come back before the semester over. So the last weekend, which means last weekend of this semester, which means the first weekend of August, I probably be back. But if my mother, I'm not sure if a funeral, if she passes away and funerals is planned even further than that, then I may not be available. But but we can communicate. So if you have any issue, any questions, then I want you to email me early. I'm not as prompt as I am here because I'm going to be in South Korea and also probably many times in the hospital back and forth if I am in some unexpected uh, things happens, then I need to take care of my mom because I'm the only son to my mom. Okay. Good luck.